There is one food in America that controls your cravings, energy, and even your gut health. And most people don't even realize this until they try to stop, until it gets too late. It doesn't feel dangerous at first. In fact, it feels very comforting. The most addictive food in America is sugar. And it's really what sugar does to your body. When you eat it, your blood sugar spikes quickly. Your brain gets a surge of dopamine, which is this chemical compound created by your own body in your brain that feels very rewarding and it feels good. It feels like a natural high because it is. For a moment, you feel really good. Everything feels better. But then comes the crash. Your blood sugar drops, your energy falls, and your brain interprets this as a problem it needs to solve. It needs to solve this quickly. There is an emergency. Because it's so used to the dopamine, hit that it needs to fix this. So it sends a signal and it says, eat again. And this is why you keep eating again and again and again, the carbs again and again and again, because your mind is telling you something's wrong, there's an emergency, like, where's our fix? It needs the fix. So over time, this becomes a cycle and a cycle and a cycle where now you're literally creating neural pathways in your brain to create a bad habit that's going to last you a lifetime if you don't break it. And this is where it gets deeper when it comes to gut health. Because when sugar becomes part of your diet, it doesn't just affect your energy, it affects your digestion. A lot of people start noticing being bloated after a meal, gas that feels unpredictable, constipation, or just feeling like something's up with your stomach. It doesn't feel normal. Like acne, like rashes on your skin, and then the heavy stomach feeling that you have after you eat a meal. That's not normal, especially if you didn't eat a lot. What people don't realize most of the time, that whatever you eat feeds your gut, whether it's good or bad. Here's the part that most people don't want to hear. Breaking free of this bad habit of eating so many carbs and trying to improve your gut isn't going to happen through willpower. It's just not. I mean, you've created this habit, this bad habit for so long, and literally there's a neural pathway in your mind that's cemented because you keep repeating this behavior. And with any behavior, in fact, whether it's good or bad, it's cemented in your brain, but now you need to break it, or at least reduce the neural pathway in your mind that it becomes less and less and less, that it's no longer strong enough to overcome you. Now we can start by removing the trigger. So I want you to remember this, you guys. Over the years, forever, however long, living in America especially, you can't help but be high carb, low fat. You just can't. Carbs are everywhere and it's very addictive, right? Your brain is stimulated by this energy it gets, by this hit, that it feels good. So we need you to replace what feels good with something that does feel as equally as good, but not so intense. And for me, to reduce the neural pathway in your mind that craves for sugar, you're gonna have to replace the sugar with something else. You need your body to go on a different kind of fuel. Right now it's running on sugar as its fuel source. Okay, so your body needs to get used to being on the animal fat diet, having that as its main fuel source, not sugar anymore. And for me, if you have a long enough period of time, even if it's 2 weeks, to really commit eating only grass-fed meat, grass-fed butter, grass-fed tallow, right? Those three things, animal fats and animal meat, you can have your body recalibrate itself, your mind recalibrate itself to want fat and not sugar. And you're gonna have the sugar cravings. I'm not saying you're not, you will. You will. And what I'm saying is when that happens, take a big bite of that butter. Take a big bite of that meat. And sometimes when you get hungry, it could be you just need water. Drink some water, sparkling water, that helps. Have enough salt in your diet, take some electrolytes, and you're gonna do very well in the carnivore diet, which means you're not going to have as much strong sugar cravings on the diet. Because you want your body to recalibrate itself and feel good when eating the meat and the fat. When it eats that animal fat rather than sugar, when you're having those sugar cravings, it's going to create a new neural pathway in your mind to crave the right thing, which is animal fat, which is not going to cause those blood spikes to go up and down because there's not going to be a lot of sugar in your diet, right? So there's not going to be a lot of sugar in your bloodstream. So you're going to have constant energy, not low energy, not crashes. You're gonna have good energy, normal energy. You're gonna feel better. You're not gonna have to deal with a foggy brain, tiredness, lethargy, and a bloated stomach because you're dealing with your sugar cravings through animal food, through animal fat, okay? I hope this helped you guys. If you're someone who is still struggling to heal their gut and you don't know what to do, or if you are doing the carnivore diet and don't know why it's not working, I can help you. I created specifically for you 7 things that you are doing right now that is not helping your gut, and this can really jumpstart your healing for your gut, okay? Check out the video down below and have an amazing day. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.